Love helping Indian-owned businesses. It's what we do every day, all day, and so it's really a lot of fun. It's really meaningful work, and we're helping Indian-owned businesses here in Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Kimberlie Acosta with IndianCountryTV, and I'm here with Jeff Bowman, the president of First American Capital Corporation. Am I correct? And it's, I believe, a loan program in Wisconsin. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. First American Capital Corp is a nonprofit company that we started in 2002. Its main purpose is to create a loan fund so we can have money available to make business loans to Indian-owned businesses in Wisconsin. It's a sister agency, a nonprofit company that's related to the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin. And so using the resources that we build up, we use that money to help Indian businesses expand and grow their revenues, and we help them do that by giving them favorable terms on loans that they might not otherwise get from a bank.
And you've been in the banking industry for a long time, doing a lot of volunteer work, but you're president of some banks, and then now came back to where you're volunteering here, and now you're working with the organization, correct?
Yes, I was one of the founding board members of First American Capital Corp in 2002, and I spent 30 years in the financial services industry. Spent 7 years as president and CEO of a bank, but out of that total 30 years, 24 of them were spent every day with business loan customers. And so what I've been able to do is I retired from banking last year, and now I'm dedicating all of my time to helping the customers of First American Capital Corp. We call it FACC. And basically using all the years of experience and expertise that I built up and transferring it over to Indian country. And so in our advertisements for the company, we call it loans for Indian country, business loans for Indian country. And so this nonprofit used to be totally volunteer. We now have 5 employees, and I work, besides being part of the management team, I also work as one of the loan officers. And so I work hand in hand with our loan customers and help them find solutions to their situations.
Can you give us a success story with one of your loans that you guys have given out?
Yeah, there's a really neat story that I'm excited about. And just this past June, we closed a loan with a logging company. He's on a reservation up north in Wisconsin. This particular reservation is got heavy timber on it, and so the tribe pays contractors for logging operations. And this particular business is owned by a veteran. As a young man, after his time in his service, he got back into the logging business. He's a second-generation logger, and he basically inherited his dad's equipment. And a lot of it was old and tired, and he was at a crossroads because he kept spending a lot of money on maintaining and fixing this equipment to help his revenue stream. But the crossroads was, do I keep spending money on fixing old and outdated equipment, or is it time to modernize? And so he met us, and we were excited about helping him. And in the end, we ended up making him a loan to purchase a piece of equipment that was very critical to increase his revenues. Basically, it doubled his capacity. He had one piece of equipment just like this, and he bought a second piece, and so it doubled his capacity. It's going to double his revenue stream, and the other side benefit to it is this created 3 new jobs on the reservation. This particular community has got one of the highest unemployment rates among Indians in the state of Wisconsin, so it created 3 critical jobs that were really important in this community, and that really turned out to be the icing on the cake to helping this guy, and he's doing great with the equipment. As a result of having this piece of equipment, he's won yet more contracts from the tribe to grow his revenue during this season and into next season. So it was really a neat story. And what we did is we ended up financing 100% of the cost of the equipment. A lot of times when you go to a bank, their conventional terms are they're going to require a 20 or a 30% down payment, and shorter amortizations. What we were able to do is put together a loan with no down payment because he had a good track record and he had some other additional collateral in the form of his equipment because he didn't have any debt on it. And we just worked out very favorable terms. We even put the loan on seasonal payments. So there's a 2-month period during the logging season where you're not working in the woods. You're not generating any revenue. So we designed his loan to have skip payments during that down season, so he doesn't have to worry about where am I going to come up with the cash for the loan payment 12 months of the year when I only generate revenue 10 months out of the year. So we really custom fit the solution to whatever their needs are. And I think the other thing that I want to share is we really spend the time to get the customer. We're not trying to replace banks. We're trying to complement what our business, our Indian-owned businesses have with banks. Many of them have banking relationships, but a lot of times they come to a stopping point. And so what we do is we jump in and partner up with the bank, and we can add some extra money when maybe the bank can't. And then sometimes we will be their bank for the first 2 or 3 years until the business matures, and then it becomes bankable, and then they might be able to get their second or third loan on conventional terms. So we're very flexible. We love helping Indian-owned businesses. It's what we do every day, all day, and so it's really a lot of fun. It's really meaningful work, and we're helping Indian-owned businesses here in Wisconsin.
Who funds this program?
Most of the funding has come from the U.S. Treasury Department. They have a program called CDFI, and that stands for Community Development Financial Institutions. When we started the company in 2002, our first objective was to get the company CDFI certified. In 2003, we became the first Native organization in Wisconsin to earn that designation. And so once you earn that designation, you can apply for much larger grants. And so over the last 7-8 years, we received probably a little bit over $1.5 million from the CDFI fund, and it's specifically earmarked to make business loans to Indian businesses in Wisconsin. We'll go anywhere in Wisconsin where that business is located, and so CDFI has really turned out to be our largest funding partner. And they, what's nice about it is they have a special carve-out of funds that is specifically for the Native American community. So these are grant funds. We have to write a grant and request these funds, and it's a competitive process, but we've been funded 5-6 years in a row. They like what we're doing, and we're showing results because we're helping people expand, and we're helping create and retain jobs, and those are the metrics that the government looks for. As long as they see that activity, they'll continue to fund you. So the other funding source that's been a good partner is the Wisconsin Department of Commerce. In fact, they gave us the first money to start the loan fund in 2002. And back in 2001, I had the honor and privilege to serve on a special Native American committee within the state Wisconsin Department of Commerce. And what that committee did is it was like a little think tank study group to come up with ways to perform economic development activities in Wisconsin. And the main outcome of that committee process was the group decided that we needed to start a business loan fund, specifically targeting Indian-owned businesses. And the Wisconsin Department of Commerce was the actual seed money. And what's neat about that is when you can generate local funds from a state government unit, you can in turn go to a federal government unit and ask them to multiply it. And so because we were able to get, back at the time, I think it was approximately $200,000, we were able to go to the U.S. Treasury Department and get another $500,000. So there's a multiplier effect to it. So the state of Wisconsin, they were the key partner in the beginning. They've continued to provide us a lot of support. They're still in the picture with us. And then the final funding source has been a combination of different partners. One of the large tribe here in Wisconsin, the Potawatomi tribe, has invested funds in the loan fund to support us, but also because they know that that brings in federal dollars. And then the last partner is the U.S. Small Business Administration. And in 2007, we became the first Native American SBA microlender in the United States. And to this day, we're still the only Native American program operating this SBA program. And what happens with that is the SBA, it's a federal agency, they make a long-term loan to our agency at a low interest rate. And then we're allowed to take those funds and re-lend it to the business owner. And then the other benefit is when you're an SBA partner, they'll provide you some grant dollars to help service that customer and take care of them until they pay the loan off, and then they'll also help you facilitate training programs for them. So, it's really a combination of all those state and federal partners, and of course the Potawatomi Foundation. They've been a key partner, and in fact they've given us a grant this year that we're going to in turn go to a different federal agency and multiply that money. So we hope to hear about an approval about that grant later in 2011.
So I just want to make sure I have this correct. Is these loans for tribes or individual businesses that aren't owned by tribes, or both?
Yeah, these are a good question. The main focus, the target market, if you will, is to target the individually owned businesses, the tribal members. Tribal members living on reservations, near reservations, in urban areas, so it's really those individual small businesses that we're targeting. However, tribal-owned enterprises that are non-gaming, they would also qualify. We would certainly do anything we could to help them.
So would it be, what if it's tribal, but like if someone's enrolled in South Dakota, but they live in Wisconsin, their business is in Wisconsin?
Yeah, they qualify.
They qualify.
Yeah,
okay.
The state of Wisconsin is our target, and what we're really trying to do is we're trying to help people expand their business, but also maintain their business. And when we do that, we retain jobs. And then it's really nice if we can create jobs, just like with the logger when we provided them a loan to buy a piece of equipment. So anybody in the state of Wisconsin qualifies, and we really appreciate the opportunity to talk about it. And if anybody needs some help, they should call us.
And you have a website where people can go and find out more information?
Yeah.
What would that be?
The website is www.AICCW.org, and that's the acronym for the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Wisconsin, AICCW.org.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate you taking some time talking with us. I think it's a great initiative, what you're doing, and look forward to hearing more about it.
Yeah, we appreciate the help.
Kimberlie Acosta with IndianCountryTV.com.
The state of Wisconsin is our target, and what we're really trying to do is we're trying to help people expand their business, but also maintain their business. And when we do that, we retain jobs. And then it's really nice if we can create jobs.